Abbiamo un intervento video di Nadia Calviño, che è Ministro dell'Economia e Digitalizzazione della Spagna, un paese molto interessante, a tutta fibra. Già.
It's a great pleasure to participate in this expert forum in digitalization and telecommunications and share the Spanish government's experience in this area. When we took office back in 2018, we knew that digitalization must be one of the main levers of our government's policy to modernize Spain. We did not start from scratch. We counted on very strong broadband infrastructures, leading companies in strategic sectors to drive the process, and a strong digital administration in some areas, such as tax and health. But there was no strategic plan to support the digitalization of SMEs, we were lagging behind in digital skills, and no public policy regarding artificial intelligence and other disruptive technologies. We did not know then that technological change would accelerate exponentially as a result of the pandemic, and that we would have an unprecedented public investment capacity thanks to the next generation EU funds. Fortunately, the digital transformation agenda had been given top priority in our government, integrating it in the Ministry for Economy and raising it to a vice presidency. In July 2020, we published the España Digital agenda, a very ambitious strategy to support the digital transformation of the country, with reforms and investments in 3 areas: infrastructure and technology, the economy, and people. We assigned 20 billion euros within our recovery and resilience plan to digitalization, and we published 8 specific roadmaps to ensure 100% high-speed connectivity, to lead the deployment of 5G in Europe, to step up cybersecurity, to support research and innovation in the area of artificial intelligence with a humanistic approach, protecting our rights and democratic values, also to promote digitalization of SMEs, digitalization of public administration, digital entrepreneurship, and to achieve a 30% increase in the audiovisual sector, including games and new immersive technologies where Spain is a leading player. Finally, the 8th plan was aiming to offer all citizens the necessary digital skills to access the jobs of the future and public services, ensuring also the protection of individual rights in the digital environment. Today, 5 years later, this vision of digital public policy is bearing fruit. Let me highlight 10 achievements. Spain is the first country in Europe to close the digital divide in broadband access in the country. With a combination of fiber and satellite coverage programs, we are bringing broadband to 100% of the population. Regarding 5G, Spain is above the EU average. We're launching several initiatives to take 5G beyond the urban environment so that the benefits of these new technologies are not just the privilege of cities, but a reality in rural areas as well. The Spanish audiovisual sector is in a sweet moment with significant revenues increase and international success. We have launched flagship projects such as Quantum Spain, the first quantum ecosystem in Southern Europe, Spain Neurotech, to develop technological tools based on neurotechnologies and the fundamentals of the human brain. Fifthly, we have set up the first supervisory agency for artificial intelligence, and we are also launching a sandbox together with the European Commission to get regulation in this area right. We've launched also several initiatives to promote research in Spanish universities and attract talent, as well as the integration of artificial intelligence in industrial value chains. We have launched 12 strategic projects for economic recovery and transformation, which include investments in digitalization in key areas such as agri-food, electric vehicles, precision health, the water cycle, shipbuilding, aerospace, or renewables. 2 of these strategic projects, known as PERTEs, are specifically linked to digitalization. On the one hand, to build on the potential of the Spanish language in the new digital economy, and on the other hand, to support the ecosystem for design and production of semiconductors and microelectronics in Spain. That's known as the PERTE chip. In addition to projects in cutting-edge technologies, our flagship initiative to support digitalization of SMEs, the Digital Toolkit program, is a great success. Spanish SMEs have already received more than 280,000 digital kit vouchers, worth more than 1.3 billion euros. Our public administrations cannot be left behind, so we have launched nearly 1,000 innovation projects in public administrations across Spain, at all levels, national, autonomous regions and local. One success story is Mi Carpeta Ciudadana, which is bringing about a real paradigm shift in citizens' access to information about public services, allowing all of them to interact from their mobile phones in just one click. Thanks to the National Digital Skills Plan and the Generation D Pact, we're putting in place a range of actions and courses to upskill and reskill all citizens, building on public-private cooperation. And finally, we have approved a Charter of Digital Rights that has become a reference for initiatives at the European, Latin American and global level. Thanks to all these measures, a real and structural change is taking place in Spain. The Digital Decade report published a couple of weeks ago by the European Commission confirms the leadership of Spain in the digital area. Since 2018, employment growth in the areas of science, IT and research has increased by almost 50%. And we register a current account surplus, which is not only due to tourism, but also to the dynamism of professional and digital services. We are now midway through the recovery plan. This week, we had the very good news that the European Commission has approved our addendum to mobilize next generation EU loans and launch phase 2 for the 2023-2026 period, which will allow us to complete all these projects and programs which are underway. And we're also midway through the Spanish presidency of the EU Council, and we're devoting a lot of attention to the AI Act. There was an important trialogue this week, and I hope that the upcoming ministerial meeting that will take place on 23rd and 24th of October in the beautiful and historical city of León will allow us to give a final push and close an agreement with the European Parliament as soon as possible. The recovery plan has enabled a very strong economic recovery in Spain after the pandemic, and thanks to our public policies, we're also transforming the country, making it more resilient in today's increasingly complex world. The digital transformation process is unstoppable. We need to harness it so that it leads to a stronger economy and a better society, to look into the future with confidence and to build a common project for Spain, for Italy and for Europe. Let me close with this and wish you all the best in the rest of sessions and a very successful forum. Thank you.